Whoa, something's wrong. Hold on, let me figure out what I did. What's going on, everybody? Let me figure out how I messed up here. What is wrong with me today? There we go. Okay. Absolutely too much going on with my three screens here. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. I know it's been almost 3 weeks since I've been here. Thank you to Gene at We Dig It and the boys for holding over for the last couple of weeks. You guys are awesome. I definitely appreciate it. You guys in FL Thunder, when I take off, you guys are glad to step in, and that makes me feel better. Let me get switched back to my correct screen here because I was kind of piddling around looking for other stuff to do. Well, let's go back up to the top here and let's say hey today because it's been a hot minute. Uncle Beep was in early, not here now, I don't think. Grandma Kelly re-signed up for the membership program. Membership program for the rest of this year is going to be a big focus. Talk about that a little bit more later. Miss Autism Mary, she was actually first this evening. Everybody else was kind of early. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. Miss Connie was second, of course. And those two are tag teaming up against me already. I don't know what I'm going to do with them two. My buddies, the PA Relic Hunters, that's probably Mr. Dave in here. Just so everybody knows, in the morning, we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but in the morning, the second episode of the Detectorist podcast, where me, Rich and Jerry of the PA Relic Hunters and We Dig It discuss entering metal detecting in a podcast format. The first one released, I don't know, last week, I think, or the week before. It's going to be it looks like the first part of it's going to be 3 parts. So there's one that's going to drop in the morning. You ought to check it out. It's pretty informative. I'd like to try to see if I can boost that thing up just a hair to see if everybody's going to go for it or not. But I'm kind of learning how to edit an actual podcast for the ears and not for the eyes. If you guys got time tomorrow, that'd be great. Check that out. It'll be on there all day, forever. Let's see, going on down the list. Oh, and the other thing is today, you may hear some weird stuff come up, like in conversation. I am also running today via my Twitch account and on my Facebook page for Ohio River History. If you haven't found that page yet, get over. I'm posting a lot more pictures and stuff over there, just to kind of really build that up as well. So that's the 2 other places that I'm broadcasting today because I keep seeing the different colors go by in the chat. So definitely going to get to that a little bit. It means I'm full of excitement trying to get going again, get this thing kicking back up. So Mr. Lou, Indiana Tones, is in the house. One of my favorites. I love to see it when he stops by. One of my favorite conversations. Every time he goes live, I always try to jump in and help him out. So definitely good to see Lou in the chat today. Cruising on down the list a little bit further here. AZ Treasure Hunting Duo is in the house. Welcome. 508 Josh is in the house. Welcome. Josh is my favorite animal control officer. I see pets every day. He always is finding something, for Snapchat for me to look at while I'm at work. Papa Rouse is in the house. Papa Rouse in the house. What's up, Bill? Nice to see you. So's Marty. Marty and Mark, they are on before me on every Thursday night. It's always very entertaining. I go over and sit there and listen to them bounce between the 2 chats and kind of try to get a feel. Today they had a great topic. What are the videos that you watch besides treasure hunting? Thought that was a pretty interesting topic. I wanted to add a little something to that, but I didn't feel like stirring everybody up. I was going to ask what the guilty pleasure video was. What do you watch that you probably wouldn't admit it to your friends? But, I didn't get a chance to do that because I knew that I would be over there and I wouldn't even get ready for this. So I didn't get a chance to do that. Cruising down the list a little faster, getting towards the bottom. Expression of the Outdoors, Mr. Wayne. will be joining us on Monday. I believe this week. We'll get him situated in a spot. He's new to growing his channel, and we'll try to get over and support him on Monday. Let's see. Buddy Biggs is in the house. What's up, Buddy Biggs? Where's the lemonade? Lemonade. I had one. I don't even know why. Backbreaking metal detecting. What's up? Alice Wonderland. Welcome. Thank you so much. Just because Josh said it. If you don't mind, smash the like. Definitely. Man, I got so much good stuff to talk about. TGT, Totally Gnarly Treasures in the house. There's my brother, Jesse. Hope he's doing well. Luckily, he's not on probation. Tin Man Willie. I got to talk about that too a little bit. You know what? They are having a great event up at Fond du Lac in Wisconsin. Iron Antler and the Rusty Magnets are putting on an event. Also, they're raising money for St. Jude's, which is a cause that I love to donate to. Everybody, if somebody wants to post it in here in a little bit, post James's Cash App link in here. I will pin that. If anybody wants to donate to St. Jude's, which is a great cause. Last year, this channel donated almost $2,000. We did really well. Gave away a lot of prizes in getting donations, but it's a great cause. It's worthwhile to donate to every year. That's on my list of things to talk about today. Willie just got it started out pretty early. If somebody wants to post that, please do so. And then when I see the comment, I will lock it in there. It is a very worthy cause. Let's go on faster. Getting down here a little further. Nez is in the house. What's up, Miss Nez? Nice to see you. Nez Lover has a very, very chill stream on Fridays and Saturdays where she draws and just converses with everybody. Flipping pretty awesome. I always like hanging out. That's part of the Johnny Small Pepper contingent. And Alice, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Can't click on it yet because I'm not to it. But Alice with the $20 super, that's awesome. I'm Zaxxon, one of my favorite mods, does a fantastic job. If he's in your chat, we'll take care of you. My buddy Bear Magnetics is in the house. The luckiest guy I know, has won a magnet and a metal detector. Chris Show Me's in the house. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. I wish I was up there in Wisconsin with them this week. That looks like a good time. Outhouse Otis is in the house. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Y Gold's Metal Detecting is in the house. What's going on? Nice to see you guys. Thank you very much. Cruising. Great. Relic Reaper Don is in the house. One of my buddies just down the road a little bit. Definitely like seeing him about Halloween time. Heavy Meadow Collins in the house. What's up, my brother? Hey, just so you know, you're going to be getting a phone call from me tomorrow if you can accept it. I got some stuff to ask you about. Something that you could do to help somebody out. I'm sure you would be down for it. Let's see. Sweet Diggs in the house. What's up? Hello. Tom Riley's in the house. What's up, Tom? Nice to see you. Thank you very much. We dig it. There's Mr. Gene and family. Did a fantastic job of running my stream. Hope you guys went over there and supported them. Detecting Smiths is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Cruising a little faster here. I think I missed everything but what I was looking for. Calvary Relics is in the house. Awesome. Doing fantastic. And I know I want to click that comment up above that I went right past. There it is. Thank you guys so much. Much appreciated. Everybody, please check out Alice Wonderland. Yeah, I will, Colin. It's something near and dear to my heart, and something that I hate to say it, but you're going to be one of the better ones that might be able to help me out a little bit. Lake Pilot in the house as well. Okay. Definitely down to the bottom now, or at least close. Let's get it, make sure. Yep. I think we're there. Unless I missed somebody. 54 Cal is in the house. That's the last one I think I missed. Okay. So, haven't been here for a couple weeks. Got lots of stuff to kind of vent out and get off my chest. Lots of things to announce and discuss. First of all, for all of you in here, we passed 3K about, 4 or 5 days ago. That's one of those achievements that I didn't ever think I would get. I didn't post anything about it or anything like that. I am really working out what I want to do, because usually every 1,000, I try to do something really nice, mainly for the members, but for everybody too. If I do that, I haven't figured out what I want to do. That will either be next week, which will be members night. If you know what I do, members night once a month, where I give away Amazon gift cards to help pay for subscriptions. If you want to hang out longer, just to give back a little bit real easily once a month to those that help support me and let me do this. It's awesome. I saw somebody else come in the chat. Where's my buddy at there? There it is. Woodland Metal Detecting is in the house. What's up, Kevin? Nice to see you, brother. There we go. Let me get that up. Oh, 1 second. Uh-oh. 9:10. It doesn't help me. Oh, and just so you know, I have to go look over here to this other screen sometimes. There it is. Right there. Okay. I'm going to leave that one. Let's see if I can pin that. Oh. Post that one more time, Mary, so I can catch it on the other one. I don't see it. It's going by too fast. It's hard to keep up on two screens, sorry. And Detecting Smiths, I will make you a moderator, as I have not done that. Shame on me. Feel free to share your channel and your end here as much as you feel it necessary. There it is. I got it. Okay. What? There we go. All right. Cash App for Iron Antlers pinned. They are taking donations for St. Jude's. Please feel free to help them out as much as you see fit. Can Do Veterans in the house. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Definitely another one here that Can Do runs live on Friday nights. Definitely, when you get a chance, stop by. Everybody runs different lives. It's so hard to catch everybody, but if you can, stop by and at least leave a like. If you can't get in there to wood and get in there to metal or get in there to converse and hang out for a while. Definitely, everybody does appreciate it. We support everybody as much as humanly possible. There's a ton of people. Chris, Calvary Relic says, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for hitting 2K. I know, bro. That's so awesome. It just seems like it came up really fast. Digging with Deej is in the house. What's up, Miss Deej? Nice to see you. Back to where I was going to get going. 3K, unbelievable. Can't believe it. It seems like it's been forever. It seems like they go a little faster now than before, which is a good thing, which means we're doing okay. Haven't decided what I'm going to do for it yet, but I will definitely announce it next week and or do it next week. If not, it will be the week after. I should be here for 3 weeks in a row. So let's maintain and hold up here. But 3K, it's going to be something special. Members will be definitely held in higher regard. And then there will be something for everybody else that just stops in, because I know not everybody wants to join the membership program. Yeah, it does. The shorts are really a great way to boost up to a certain point. I recommend at a certain point, once you've achieved your subscriber goals, I recommend backing off of the shorts a little bit. I have philosophy on that, and we've been, watching everybody's numbers and stuff like that. I feel that at a certain point it starts to become a detriment, just because those subscribers sometimes are very empty. You may catch them watching a short, but they generally don't watch anything else. And then it kind of hurts you on your long form content. But if you're out here just posting a bunch of shorts, have at it. It's the way to go. I just think that if you're a video producer, it's not so conducive, especially if you're small. But anyway, the other thing is part 2 of the podcast series that we just initiated. I said earlier, drops in the morning. Me, Jerry, and Rich of the PA Relic Hunters, along with the We Dig It Boys. It's basically a podcast format where we're introducing metal detecting, having a group conversation about getting people into the hobby, how we got into the hobby. Just a fun time. The time rolls by on those pretty good. The editing's a little bit tougher because you're editing for not only visual, which I made it visual, but you're also editing just for if somebody's driving in their car listening. So trying to make it conducive for that. But I'm pretty proud of the turnout from the first set. And hopefully they, pick up a little bit. And also Miss Mary Monarch just hit 12 months as far as being a member. Also, everybody, once you pass that year mark, make sure you drop me an email on one of the email addresses below so that I can get you something a little special sent out. Definitely love that as well. Wow. Deej says she drove around all day door knocking. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's time to start looking for places to hunt where we normally hunt woods and farm fields. It gets a little tougher in the summer. So I was going back through and looking back at some of the membership stuff, and I've got some other stuff recorded for it. I think I'm going to have to rehash it a little bit because most of the membership videos were aimed towards basically, channel growth, trying to grow a channel, being a creator, stuff that, I think you have to take it into consideration even when you're just posting videos. You want to do the best thing that you can. So I've got some new stuff that I've written and recorded for it's updates basically for the creators. I haven't quite figured out how much of it and how I'm going to release it yet, but I do have some upgrades on that side of it. Also, I've got a few things going as far as channel merch again. That's just going to be for members and stuff like that. It's something else that I like to do, make sure that I have stuff like that for everybody, because it's a blessing to be people that will take the time and join your program. So be on the lookout for that, especially if you're on the members list, and take advantage of that. There is also if you want to sit down on a Tuesday night and sit in a non-streamed format in StreamYard, and if you want to discuss anything, if you're on the membership list, I make time for anybody that has that. My phone number is readily available throughout the community. Text me, send me an email. I'll be glad to do whatever I can to help people get to the 1,000 subscribers and start building towards the hours. If that's something that you're looking to do, I think setting goals is awesome, and everybody should should have some kind of goals for when they do this, because I think that it's important to kind of work yourself and set achievable goals to be proud of, because the community definitely responds. Finders Keepers is in the house. Saw you guys over at Mark's. Nice to see you. Hope you guys are both doing well. Heard you guys are moving. That moving business is no good whatsoever. I hate to move. Internal Compass in North Carolina, thank you very much. I appreciate that. 3K has been tough. But you know what? It took quite a few years for me to get here, so I'm going to enjoy it for a little while, and I'm going to really work it out good what we're going to do for everybody for 3K. Reiterating the fact, Iron Antler, his Cash App is posted up there. They are raising money, having an event this weekend for St. Jude's for Children. Please feel free to do that. And now for some of the good stuff. I think I got through all that. Yeah. The other one is that I did not get about in here. If you are on the membership list and would like to simulcast or rebroadcast my stream on your channel, hit me up. I'd be more than willing to set you up on that. If you would like to show it, if you've got a set of viewers that doesn't normally come in here, if you would like to broadcast it on your channel, I've got no problem doing that. I will set you guys up. It's one good way that you might be able to earn a few extra watch hours and maybe bring a few more people to my channel as well as your own. So if you'd like to do that, hit me up through the email anytime. I will definitely give you the link and tell you where you can rebroadcast my stream live at the same time. It's something that StreamYard put out there for paid customers, and it's a pretty good tool. Got to use it a couple times barely. Willie from Tin Man, and we used it with Stickman. He used it one night, and it's definitely a good tool. It's something we can do for next to nothing. If you want to, I'm good with that. Nez, I don't live in Ohio. I live close to Ohio. I live on the Ohio River, but you're probably 3.5 hours away. Not too far at all. Yeah, I was actually shooting for some new permissions and fields for the fall after the season's over. I finally got a hold of a few people, and I've not been having the luck that I thought I was going to have this summer, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I need some new fields for the fall because I've got other hunts with groups of people that I want to do, and I need some newer locations. But striking out is part of it. You can't take it personally. I feel like I strike out a lot, but it's part of it. But I definitely look forward to seeing it. Finders, I live right in the tri-state area between Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. I am 45 miles west of Cincinnati in northern Kentucky, right on the river. So if you look dead in between Louisville and Cincinnati. Let's see. Highly mineralized ground. Well, at the beach right now, I can tell you that any one of the Equinox series, anything with multi-frequency usually has a pretty solid beach mode on there. The Legend is what I've used. I used it this last fall pretty hardcore at, oh my gosh, in South Carolina, not Myrtle Beach, the other one, Hilton Head Island. I used it pretty extensively down there, and it was great in the water and on the beach. So that's definitely a great detector for that. It's a little pricey. The Tarsace MDT 8000. He used to work for Fisher. It's pretty stable in high mineralized soil and sand as well. It's not a very renowned popular detector. It's a little more expensive, but it's a really good one in that environment. I don't have experience with any of the others, so I can't comment on anything else. I know, like my Simplex was a little it's a little too chattery um, in that, and some of the lower end detectors don't handle the salt very well. Like the AT Pro, the AT Max, not so much. They're a little rough in that area, but I haven't. Most of the multi-freak machines do pretty well there. South Carolina is your hometown. Yeah, we had a blast at Hilton Head last fall. It was I went out on the beach. The first thing that I did, first signal that I dug was in the wet sand with my Legend. It was about 7 inches down. I did not have my camera on. I was spending time with my wife and pulled out a toe ring. It was 8K gold, or 5 or 8K gold. I can't remember which. A local person was making those, but I'd never seen them that low a K before. That's why I had to look it up. But it was a little tiny toe ring at 8 inches, and I was sold that my detector was the best thing ever when I dug that. So where I've been the last few weeks, everybody, you want to go in, let's go back a few weeks back, and we went on, my wife and I we finally got to go on our COVID vacation. So COVID-19 took a big hit early 2000, and one of the main spots that was hit by COVID in the beginning, if you know, was New Orleans. After the Mardi Gras that year, New Orleans was considered a hot spot. My wife and I had reservations to go down there and spend some time, and they canceled. Of course, we couldn't go nowhere. We weren't able to go anywhere until later that fall. That's awesome. Definitely be throwing some more into that. Try to get that to 4K. So talked to the lady where we were planning on staying, and we got our place back and we went back down. If you have never been to New Orleans, I'm not going to get into some of the details, but day one, when I got there, it wasn't the best day for me. I had a couple of issues with people. We'll call it protesters for the most part. We went and saw Bourbon Street first. Evidently, that's where everybody tells you to go. We went there and saw it first. And yeah, it was neat. It was nice. My recommendation is get away from Bourbon Street as soon as possible. The liquor's watered down. Everybody's trying to scam you. They had arrested a pickpocket down there on Bourbon Street, something like 23 cell phones in his possession that next day. That when we were down there, there's a lot of really cool stuff. The architecture is amazing. So many nice things on Bourbon Street, but it's a highly politicized, protested area where everybody just wants to scam your money. There is so much great stuff to do outside of Bourbon Street. You can stretch out in the French Quarter and go do tons of other stuff. So I just want to let you know that once we got off of Bourbon Street, everything got amazing for us, and we had such an awesome time. I'm going to scroll through some of the comments as I'm going down and kind of hit a couple of them as we go. But one of the first things that we did after we left there, and forgive me because I can't remember the name of the place, but we found that it was one of the recording studios where some of the first blues and jazz was recorded down there. And I can't remember exactly everything about it, but the shop owners, these people are so eccentric and knowledgeable. They know the history of the town. If you take 5 minutes instead of just kind of perusing through what people have to sell and provoke them for a story, you're going to enjoy yourself much more when you go to some place with that much history. Absolutely. We learned a lot about B.B. King, Elvis Presley. This guy was a musical. He knew so much. My wife got a pair of shoes out of his store just because he was so great. We weren't going to buy anything there. and she got a pair of shoes. And that was just the first place we stood. Next place that we went right after that, and I think it was, I can't remember the street names, but we went to the Voodoo Museum. Everybody knows New Orleans is full of voodoo, you know, Madame Laveau. It's all there. You know, if that's something that the macabre interests you, well, if you're into any of that, the Voodoo Museum is a pretty great place to stop and hang out. It's not super huge. Sup, Johnny? Nice to see you. DNL, thank you so much. But it has a lot of detailed, great information. I have a slideshow that I probably should have loaded up to the computer. Maybe I'll load it up and let you guys see it, or just release it, maybe like on a members only video or something like that. Because most everybody, it seems like they're pretty much stays. My members come in here a lot, but the Voodoo Museum was excellent. There's lots of information about how it all came to be. One of my favorite pieces that was in there was a map of Africa from like 1590. This lady had put together a great display. And like I said, the history, when you learn about it, it's amazing. The one thing we didn't get to do was the plantation tour. That will be on our next trip. Finders Keepers. I'm going to hold out for the new Simplex line. I got a feeling they're going to have to make them run on wet salt after seeing the Xterra in action. That I completely agree with. The Xterra right now is, I haven't played with it yet, but it appears to be definitely a step above for the same money. If I know anything about Dellec and Nocta Macro, is that they are always going to come back and try to outdo Minelab. And that's the thing that I like about it. This competition between the manufacturers breeds better pricing for us, the consumer. You know, if Dellec feels threatened by this machine, because I know she was pretty ticked off when they put it out because they left it as a switchable frequency machine, I believe, if I'm correct on that. I'm not positive. I'm sure that the new series is going to be delayed a little bit before it comes out, and they're going to add to it to try to one up. So check that price range out. Those two machines are going to be neck and neck for a while. I have a feeling that both Minelab and Nocta are going to try to outdo each other. Yeah, and that's the other part. New Orleans is a sewer. That's part of it that I don't like. You be careful where you walk, because it smells like urine and feces a lot of the time, along with a hint of marijuana, because that's pretty much everywhere. There's parts of that city that I didn't like, so that was one of the parts of it that I didn't like. But yeah, that's absolutely the truth. Cruising on back. I did not flash my man boobs. That is not in my repertoire of things to do. No, but after that, so we did the Voodoo Museum. We did this tour, and that afternoon, finally, it came time that we could check into our place. We were down on Common Street, away from the French Quarter, high-rise apartment building. We had an Airbnb in there. Pretty solid place, 925 Common Street. The rate was amazing. The apartments were clean. They were nice, very accessible to everything. First thing we did down there, the first thing we went and ate, we were hungry. And right next to the apartment, we ate at this restaurant called the Fiery Crab. Pretty dang good seafood. Enjoyed that to no end on the first night. It was not too bad. Connie, Marie Laveau, we did not get a chance to go to St. Louis Cemetery number 1 where she's buried. We did go through cemetery number 3 on one of the city tours. Highly recommend, if you've never been there, take a city tour. The drivers that take you on those tours are super knowledgeable. They can help you decide how you want to spend your time while you're there. We learned a lot. What's up, Mr. Chris? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just as a little tidbit, one of my future renditions of the Detectors podcast will have Mr. Chris in there with us. I will bring him in for his perspective on metal detecting. I'm sure everybody will enjoy hearing his opinions. Thank you, Alice. I appreciate that very much. Got to get names a little bit better, though. Mason Merck's in the house. Thank you. Also, if you see somebody in here today and go make sure if they produce content, you stop by and you check out their channel. Everybody in here, first and foremost, we're here to support one another, hopefully as best we can. It's definitely where a lot of really good friendships have come out of. There's a lot of people in here that I have met at least one time, and it's because of being in YouTube that I've met them. Some of them that are on my list in here today that I've hung out with before. I've got to spend time with just a little bit of time with Chris, Wicked Digger. I've spent couple days with Miss Deej, on several different occasions. Let's see. Relic Reaper Don, just among a few. I've met Miss Autism Mary. Stopped by and saw her last year when I was coming home from Michigan. We'll be headed back up there in June. Looks like it's going to be the last week of June, Mary, by the way. Getting that out of the way. City tour was amazing. If you decide you want to go to a city like New Orleans that's full of a ton of history and things to do, take the city tour, learn about where you're going. Those people that do those tours know the best places to go. There's a lot of stuff that we did not get a chance to do that's down there that's really amazing. Civil War Museum, the World War II Museum we didn't get a chance to do. The Plantation Tour, missed that one too. Yeah, Bear, if you're going to be in Cincinnati in that time frame, that is not too far away. You got my number. Just let me know what the details are. I will make that happen. Next step, going on fast down through. We did the city tour, and that was completely amazing. Learned a lot about the history of the New Orleans Saints. Not going to get into that. I'll save that for the sports channel. We learned a lot about most pieces of architecture, everything all the high points of the city we hit on that tour and learned a lot. Very cool. The next day, the next morning, we got up and we went out to Honey Swamp Island, and we went out there with a tour group called Cajun Encounters. Things that I was surprised about. No mosquitoes on the swamp at 90 degrees. Kind of weird, right? You would think that would be one place where the mosquitoes would run rampant. They were not. We didn't have any bugs on that tour out there that day, and it was hotter than firecrackers out there. Was really surprised. Learned a lot about Katrina on the swamp. Learned a lot about different alligators. Got some great clips. Turtles. Just how that ecosystem works. Tour guides are amazing resources of information. Had a ton of information about every bit of wildlife that was out there. Yeah, I know, Alice, no mosquitoes. I couldn't believe it. My wife and I, we put on bug spray before we left because we felt like they would be out there. And we were waiting for people to start complaining, and nobody complained. Yeah, thanks, Colin. Hey, have a good evening, brother. I definitely will give you a holler tomorrow. Heavy Meadow Detective. That's one of my brothers right there. He's in Louisville. Okay, so yeah, we did the swamp tour. Learned a ton out there. Cajun Encounters was the tour group that we used. We bought a combination pack. Very affordable once you get several different things going in there. Um, Swamp tour was amazing. We got back. We had one more night in New Orleans. We ending up in a restaurant called Cotiere. That was that was the night before. I'm sorry. Well, let's go there. We did the swamp tour. We come back, and then the meal that we had before there was in a restaurant called Cotiere, and absolutely some of the best Cajun food we've ever had. Absolutely amazing. We had gator bites for appetizers. My wife had an etouffee, a crawfish etouffee, and some gumbo. And there's a lot of places down there that say that it's the best. That was some of the best food I've ever eaten, and it wasn't even on the top 5 on anybody's list, except for the bus driver. He's the one that told us about it. Thought that was really amazing. Yeah, we learned a lot about what is that, and I apologize for not remembering exactly, but I think it's the Ninth Ward, which would be East New Orleans, and how much that area changed after Katrina. Katrina was devastating. They were showing us, where the water had gotten up to in some levels. There's just no way. I'm surprised more people did not lose their lives than what did. Absolutely. I'm amazed that city put itself back together. Mason Merck, everybody definitely appreciates that. Yeah, always just stop by. You know what? You always are going to find something that you like. And when you do, it's always a great thing. Tanner's in the house, Michigan Magnet Man. That's my other brother. I got so many brothers that it's not even funny, but one of my Michigan brothers right there. A lot of Michiganites in the house today. Definitely appreciate them. Tanner, I'll see you soon, my friend. I'm narrowed down on days, so I should have it figured out pretty soon. Yeah, the food was amazing. The last place that we ate was Cafe Beignet, and I can't remember the name of the street that it's on, but it was the first time I'd ever had beignets. They're amazing. I think they're a combination of a funnel cake, a croissant, and a donut. Somewhere right in the middle of that. I'm not a sweets eater. I don't eat a lot of sugar, but that was pretty flippin' awesome. Eating beignets. Orlando, just saying hi. I'm hanging out with the wife tonight. Good deal, brother. You got to take care of mama. Hope everyone is doing good. I'll talk to y'all later. Please check out my new video when you can. Shane, my brother, keep swinging. Absolutely. Thank you, Orlando. Enjoy your wife. Another solid dude. So last night in New Orleans, went all right. We got ready the next morning. We had beignets. We checked out. We started heading north to Shreveport. The rest of our trip was not supposed to be fun. My father-in-law had passed away in December, and we were just now getting down to the gravesite and to spend time there. We get back, we get to Shreveport, and we get to the hotel. We're hanging out that night. Later on in that night, 3-something in the morning, I'd gotten several phone calls that my mother wasn't feeling well. 3-something in the morning, a lady that took my mom to the emergency room calls me and basically tells me that she's gonna give me to the doctor here in a second. That they're pretty positive. They're pretty sure it's a 1 in 2 shot that my mom has has colon cancer. So I'm like floored. It's 3:58 in the morning. I get a phone call, and they're telling me they're shipping her to another hospital. Then they're pretty sure she has colon cancer. This doctor scares the living daylights out of me. And and basically that we need to come home. And so as we were sleeping, I didn't sleep the rest of that night, of course, got ready to rock the next day. And they finally got her moved to another hospital. We're making arrangements to come home early, as we're doing the one thing that we had to do that day for her father, and get this phone call later on from another doctor. And basically he's telling me that, hey, we've got a colonoscopy scheduled for Thursday. You don't have to rush so fast to get home. We've kind of eliminated some of the, she's comfortable. We've got her squared away. There's no imminent danger if you want to finish your trip. And I'm like, nah, there's no way I can do anything else. We were going to spend our last day and a half. We were going to spend it at the Diamond, the Crater of Diamonds in Arkansas on our way home. And we just canceled that out and came on home. Southern Relic Adventures is in the house. Mandy's Candy, I saw you earlier. I didn't get a chance to click on you. Welcome. Yeah, the Cafe Du Monde I didn't care for. I'll be honest. But I know there's several of them. But one of them had been bought out, Connie. And the new ownership did not take care of it. I don't know if that's the one you're speaking of or the other one. I know there's two in the French Quarter, but there was one there that I wasn't. We stopped in first and wasn't real happy with. Jimmy Lacari, what's up, brother? Nice to see you. For those who just got in here, announcing some 3K stuff. Finally passed 3,000 subscribers. Pleased about that. Announced basically that we're releasing podcasts. That's the new thing that YouTube's working on. I'm taking the time and making the effort to see if it's something that's viable for us as creators to actually put them out there and see how much time it takes to do so, just to see if it's a viable option. I know you can take your live streams, put them straight into a podcast playlist and get put into YouTube Music. So if you have a conducive conversation in your live, you can actually put that in a podcast playlist. You have to make a square thumbnail, which is not too hard to do. You can put something big in there and it'll just shrink it down for you. But yes, you can do that for the podcast. I don't have enough information yet. I've got a few videos in there. I've edited some old interviews and put them in a little bit. I don't have enough numbers to really say whether or not they're worth doing, but it is kind of fun working on just having conversations. No, not taking an 18-year-old with me back. Mary, you can say whatever you want. He's not coming home with me. Much love to you. Love you and Joe. I'm not bringing him home. What's up, Jeff? Nice to see you, my brother. Brewers Prospecting is in the house. Always look for his lives when they pop up. It's a good time. The prospecting community always has great live streams, I have to say. That's one of my favorites to sit in and listen to. Definitely. Wayne, that's awesome. I'm assuming that Maria is her name. I think you missed an A, but I think I'm smart enough to decipher that. Hi, Maria. Definitely enjoy having you both watch tonight. So they tell me they got her out of imminent danger. And, so I don't really relax, but I relax a little bit. So we make the trek after that. Next morning, we get up, check out of the hotel and leave. It's about an 11-hour drive, give or take, probably a little longer than that, depending upon what time of day you make it. So we drove all the way home, come back. We get situated. I get a little bit of a nap, and then the next day I get back, and it's Thursday morning. I go to the hospital and sit with Mom. Sit with her all day. She seems great. They've got all of the, all the pain's gone. She goes in for her colonoscopy, and this doctor comes back, and he's He's like, I've looked over everything, and she's not even back out of recovery yet. Comes back in, lets me know that everything is in good shape. It's clear. There's nothing in there that's, that's causing, there's no cancer. The blood work had already came back negative for cancer. So we were pretty confident. We just weren't sure what was going on. But initially what happened is that in the middle of the night, an ER doctor, probably not somebody qualified to make that judgment, took a CAT scan and had the shading was incorrect on the machine. So it looked like an obstruction in the colon that was pressuring the kidney, which closed the kidney off to make it where she couldn't relieve herself. So you've got somebody giving out information that's completely incorrect at that point. There's nothing else to call it, but it was incorrect. So there's a lot that goes into that, stress going forward. It was horrible. It wasn't right because somebody misread one test. They finally get her to this other hospital that's fully staffed and is able to handle the situation a little better. Didn't scare nobody to death. Doctors came in, colonoscopy was clear. They think that she had maybe a kidney stone. They put the stent in her kidney to relieve her, but they don't know now exactly what caused it. Going back Tuesday to remove the stent, everybody in here that's dropped prayers and stuff like that, definitely appreciate that. Such a warm group of folks that's in here. That's why I feel comfortable enough to kind of vent a little bit. Today I said I was pent up. I had a lot of venting to do, a lot of announcements. So that being said, thank you guys for listening. It's always awesome. Thank you at Southern Relics. Yeah. So granted, there's no cancer that's apparent. Nothing showed up in the blood work. Everything's good. We still don't know exactly what caused the kidney to block up. I'm sure they're going to figure that out later, but it's not the bad one. My mother's 82 years old and a trooper. So definitely not the phone call you want when you're on vacation and not the way you want it to be handled. But there's some great people out there that helped. Dennis KCMD is in the house. What's up? Thank you, Johnny. I definitely appreciate that very much. Johnny's Corners, another good channel that's really starting to blow up a little bit. Make sure you stop by and check him out. Him and his better half put out some pretty decent content. What is Bill saying here? They told you half your heart was dead. See, I think the medical professionals need to work on being medical professionals for sure. Luis is in the house, Villarreal. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we've cruised through all of that. And Dennis, she's doing fine. We go back Tuesday. I think they're going to pull the stent out of her kidney because you can't leave a stent in a kidney. There's a reason for that. They said something like your body will revolt against it because it doesn't belong there. So long story short, they have to take it out. Thank you, Buddy Biggs. I will give her everybody's love from in here and definitely all the prayers. Miss Patty's in the house. Nice to see you. Have a lot on my mind. Miss Patty, I understand that. If you need somebody to talk to, you can hit me up anytime. PK is in the house. Practical Ken. Welcome, my brother. Nice to see you. Okay. Hey, I can't wait to see the both of you either. My brother and my sister right there. We always seem to have a great time when we get to hang out. It's looking like it's going to be I'll just go ahead and give you dates. I'll tell you right now. It's looking like it's going to be somewhere. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the whole week, but somewhere between, I'm going to say the 23rd through the 30th, the 23rd through the 29th, somewhere in that ballpark is when I'll be able to be there. it's going to be within that 6 days. And then for sure. I'm sorry to hear that, Dennis. Kidney failure is not anything pleasant. You're taking, isn't Lasix a blood thinner? So is that, how's that? Well, I'm assuming that Lasix is like a blood thinner. Talking about a surgical solution. I hope they find a way to take care of it, because I know that dialysis can't be any fun. Everybody will be thinking about you, sir. Tanner, are you all married yet? If not, what's taking you all so long? If they were, or if they aren't, man, I don't think people need to rush into marriage. I think that's one of those things that everybody should just kind of go with the flow. It all works out in the end. So now to the good stuff. Made it through the whole hour here pretty much without getting too detailed. After the stream ends tonight, be sure to go back and leave a comment at the end of the stream in the comments, not in the live chat, the actual comments. That will be one of the 3K giveaway requirements. Leave the comment, just anything in there. It's going to be, all comments will be accepted except for duplicates. So feel free to do that. That will be part of the 3K. Not sure when I'm going to do that. Next week will be members. I have a ton of sticker packs that I have set up. Next week will be fun week. We will be doing races, sticker packs. I might even throw in some stuff like this, some nice copper rounds that I have, stuff like that. I don't know if I do that next week or if I'll do that for the 3K stuff, but I got several really nice ones. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been putting aside that I kind of wait until to do it all at one time. I don't like to do giveaways every week or all the time. So, but that's going to be one of the things. So comment on this live stream down below. Whatever you want to comment, doesn't matter, but that will enter you in one of the giveaways, which we'll either be doing it next week or the week after. Not 100% positive. Also, some other news that we wanted to discuss. Dude, everybody likes eye candy, and Jake. Everybody likes eye candy. Oh, however, I don't normally show finds in here before I release them on video, but this one I feel it necessary to, just because it was something that came off of my bucket list. However, if nobody's familiar, I will fill you in shortly. There you go. If you are not familiar, that is a Confederate infantry button. It's a cuff button. It is not a coat. It's not the coat. It's a cuff. It's a little smaller than the coat. That is my first piece of Confederate history that I have dug. I was pretty excited. It was, yeah, I did post it on Facebook. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, that's a great place. That's where you're going to see stuff. But I found plenty of Union stuff. I've got different infantry buttons. I have artillery, general service. I've got even an officer's infantry button for Confederate, but I never found anything for the Confederacy. I meant Union. And so I've been posting a lot of that stuff on the Facebook page just to make sure for everybody a place to where I can kind of show some of my nice stuff. I've never really gotten into that before, so I thought I would try it for a little while. It's pretty fun. That little video, the 3D imagery is what that is, Connie, and it's pretty awesome. but definitely high on the list there. Also, coming up in the next few weeks, I'm not sure when it's going to air, but it looks like one more thing of bad news, I guess, just to get out there, that this tomorrow might be the last time that I get to dig with my digging buddy Kurt. He's getting ready to move to Tennessee. He's going to be moving down near the Sevierville area, and I think the digs with him are probably going to go away for the most part, unless something special happens or we get it, go down there for a vacation or something. But he's one of those guys that can sniff out the good signals and does a really good job. And it's been a really good run. And I hope it doesn't, hope it's not like once a year that we get to dig, but as consistent as it has been for the last 3 or 4, definitely going to change. But everybody's got to move on and start new stuff. So family's moving down there, and I wish him the best. And hopefully we'll see him again soon. But this next dig I record will probably be one of the last times, consistently. So everybody, just to keep it into perspective, we're going to knock it out of here in about 2 minutes. Next week will be Members Week in here. Anybody that's in the membership program, be sure to be by. We'll be giving away some Amazon gift cards for that. Also, we'll do some sticker packs as well. I've got some very interesting stickers that I've been kind of collecting, waiting to put into a decent pack and get out there. So I'm sure that you will get something out of a sticker pack that you haven't had before. So it's going to be a good group of stickers. I don't want to keep everybody too long tonight. It felt really good to vent today. Also, the people that stopped in from Twitch and Facebook, I definitely appreciate that. The Ohio River History Facebook page, follow it if you haven't. I would definitely appreciate that. If you like seeing just little snips and clips of items that are found, that's where you will find them. Sometimes on my community tab, not always so much, but that is definitely a place where it's going to be. Everybody else that was in here today, definitely appreciate you stopping by, letting me vent, rant, get it all out. Also, again, the Iron Antler Cash App is posted and it's pinned in the chat. If you so desire and have the means to donate to St. Jude's, donate through James. I would definitely appreciate that. Yeah, Mary, Twitch is a gaming platform where they also have podcasting and live streams on there as well. I run an account over there. I don't have very many people that like me over there, but every now and again, there's a few. So I would just wanted to get out there this week. The other thing that I was trying to do was really start to promote my stream again and start to build it back to where it was before. Work on making the content better, making it more solid for everybody. Yeah, look it up. I'm sure Joseph knows what it is. I bet he does, Mary. I bet Joseph knows what it is. Everybody that's out there, thank you for the well wishes. Much appreciated. Thanks for listening to me tonight. And I will see you guys next week on Thirsty Thursday. By the way, podcast releases at 6 a.m. in the morning. Podcast number 2. If you haven't checked out number 1, go do so.